greatest threat posed to enemy ground force is still artillery fire. That's why cannon artillery like the Army's howitzers still play a key role in today's fight on the battlefield.
Although today's self-propelled howitzers are quite impressive, they do have a problem. With a combat weight of over 40 tons, they're heavy. They lack a certain speed and mobility on the battlefield. Plus, they have to be manually loaded and fired, and that takes a lot of muscle and manpower.
To get a glimpse of the future, I'm on my way to Yuma, Arizona, home of the U.S. Army's testing ground. It's 1,300 square miles of desert and the perfect place for letting off a few artillery rounds without disturbing the neighbors. I've got special clearance to witness the testing of the artillery's newest weapon, the non-line of sight cannon, also known as the Nlos cannon. It's fast, it's light, and it's intelligent. It's part of the Army's future combat system. Nothing like it has been seen before. It's so new and revolutionary, the Nlos cannon is still in its early stages of development. The top brass of the U.S. Army want to see the future happen today, and that includes Colonel Tanzi, who's responsible for the Army's entire artillery program.
This is the non-line-of-sight cannon. It's a lightweight, highly mobile howitzer field gun designers have made fully automatic. It can fire a 100-pound round every 10 seconds, and it can take out targets up to 16 miles away, all with the push of a button.
And it's this automated loading and firing that gives the Nlos cannon its incredible firepower. The soldiers load up as before, but then the automation takes over. To understand how revolutionary it is, here's how it's done today.
The soldier's got to lift a 100-pound projectile either from a bustle rack, a storage unit, or from the ground up into a feed tray. Then he's got to put the right charge behind it. He's got to first fuse the projectile, put it on the feed tray, put the right charge behind it, and then fire it. This does everything. Throw, weapons locked and loaded, we're clearing the site.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, execute.
To see what the back of this howitzer can do in uploading ammunition and the stresses that's going to take, the physical stresses that's going to take off our soldiers, was absolutely amazing. I didn't believe it before I came out here.
The Nlos cannon's automation means that it can put down a barrage of rapid fire on a scale that's never been seen before.
It's capable of holding up to 72 charges and 24 rounds. What used to take 21 minutes to fire, now only takes 4.
Fired 4 rounds. Took about 8 or 9 seconds each round. Absolutely amazing. Soldiers couldn't do that without killing them.
Clear station.
Gentlemen, choose your weapons. You have high explosive, dual-purpose smoke, white phosphorus, and even smart precision munitions. And they can all be fired from the Nlos cannon. Select the amount of charge you require, then lock and load. The computer control system will do it all for you. It'll even set the fuse and fire the round. As you'd expect with the next generation of cannon, it's devastatingly accurate and smart. The Nlos cannon can track the projectiles once they're launched, and make any corrections to subsequent shells seconds before they're fired to ensure that they hit the target.
So when it fires a projectile, it has a radar, a sort of radar on it that can track the projectile from gun to the apex of the trajectory, its ballistic trajectory, and determine where it hits on the ground, and we can make a correction off of that. Absolutely unbelievable.
I'm about to find out what happens when you make a big gun smart and build it into an intelligent, lethal network.
It's not an evolution, it really is a revolution in technology.
Gives me increased precision. It's going to have onboard computers, which are going to know its location a lot better. It gives me increased lethality, and it will eventually give me increased range. So those are 3 huge things that I'm going to get out of this system. Now, I get those things from our other systems, but not to the effect that Nlos cannon has given us.
The combination of smart tracking and firepower means that the Nlos cannon can strike with pinpoint accuracy. This level of accuracy is needed to fight in tough urban combat situations such as Iraq.
I have infantrymen ready to kick in the door of an insurgent home.
No, no.
I can use an Nlos cannon with its precision munitions and its capability to fire precision munitions, and instead of having our infantrymen and our Marines go in there and clear room by room, which is incredibly high risk, I can put a 155 projectile on the roof of that building. There's nothing to clear but the munitions and the bodies.
The Nlos cannon uses a firing pattern called MRSI, or MRSI, but there's nothing merciful about it. MRSI stands for Multiple Round Simultaneous Impact. In the space of 60 seconds, the cannon fires off 10 rounds, all set to hit the target at the same time.
Why do you want the rounds in there at the same time? It's a thing called the popcorn effect. If I put 1 round on the enemy, and he's got time, what's he going to do? He's going to take cover. And I can't acquire or destroy as much as I could with 4 rounds just boom, hitting the ground.
The popcorn effect can be put to good use, especially when it comes to eliminating an advanced guard.
we're on the march to, let's say, Baghdad, and we're in an open desert environment, and you see an enemy artillery battery out there, an enemy tank formation, an enemy whatever formation out there, and they're scattered along the battlefield. I can go put 108 155 rounds on them, and I can virtually cover an enemy formation with artillery rounds. It really will demotivate them to fight us at that point. That's what artillery does. You know, there's a reason why we are called the King of Battle.
Kings of battle they are, but like strategic pieces in a chess set, the Nlos cannon is part of a bigger picture. The future combat system is designed to be flown to any trouble spot in the world. The army of the future has to be light and fast on its feet. That means heavyweight pieces like the field cannon have to be substantially lighter.
Every ounce of weight that we can save by optimizing the design we're trying to do here.
The Nlos cannon has to weigh in under 20 tons. That's half the weight of its nearest rival. They've achieved this by using rubber tracks, which are half the weight of conventional steel tracks, cutting back the barrel to a third of its normal size, and using active defense systems in place of heavy armor. This active defense system uses a sophisticated set of sensors that allow it to see all around itself.
A system which has a 360-degree set of sensors, senses the launch of a rocket-propelled grenade, a tank round, a variety of munitions at the vehicle, locks onto it, tracks it, and then can either jam it if it's a guided missile or a guided weapon, or fire a projectile which will intercept it and blow the projectile out of the air before it hits the vehicle.
When this system hits its target weight and size, it'll be able to fit in the back of a C-130 aircraft. Then it can be deployed anywhere in the world to any battlefield within a matter of hours.
Once in place, the Nlos cannon can be ready to fire in just moments.
When we're on the move and we receive a mission, the howitzer will stop and we can fire around within 30 seconds.
It's not just the speed of deployment that makes the Nlos cannon special. Thanks to its powerful engine, it challenges other howitzers for the land speed record.
It's not a weak engine. I mean, we can go about 55 miles an hour on a flat hardball surface, and on tank trails we can go upwards of 30, 35 miles an hour. That's fast.
The Nlos cannon is equipped with a powerful hybrid engine using both diesel and battery power. Diesel is used for dash, but the batteries are used for silent running when stealth is required.
Just the engine with the battery power, combining those two, you get a very fast dash speed capability, and also lets us operate the vehicle just on batteries. So in a stealth mode, we can drive for about 20 minutes with no engine on.
How quiet is it?
Well, if you're walking across the field, you wouldn't hear it sneak up behind you.
But what makes the future combat system unique is that the whole system is built to be intelligent. All the military hardware is networked, communicating real-time information on the battlefield.
Imagine if we took 700 vehicles that are networked so that they're all communicating with each other digitally, they're communicating with each other over FM wavelengths. Think of the connectivity we bring to that place and how much better we could support the operations that are going on over there and synchronizing those efforts.
This is the weapon of the future, and when the Nlos cannon makes its debut, it'll undoubtedly create maximum impact on the battlefield.
Leveraging those technologies for that future combat scenario. I mean, we're making our soldiers and our equipment more lethal, and that's what it's all about.